party today.
It is.
Well, we are talking about a lot of things today, including the Super Bowl, the halftime performance. We've got a lot of stories to cover, so we're going to start right now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Well, if you've joined us before, you know the drill. We always start off with our big stories this morning, starting us off with number 5. This week, superheroes and mythical creatures will make their way to the Pensacola Bay Center for Pensacon. Big names in sci-fi, fantasy, and comic books will be there for photo ops and meet and greets. The event runs this Friday through Sunday.
And number 4, protesters in Mobile rallied around downtown this past weekend, speaking out against mass deportations of undocumented immigrants. Amid the mass deportations in the United States, the Latinos United Mobile organizer told News 5 it's disheartening to see the negative stigma surrounding immigrants. The organization's plans to hold a legal status citizenship workshop to help educate people on what it takes to be citizens on February 22nd at Mobile Public Library.
And number 3, the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office is hosting a cyber safety class for parents today. The event starts at 5:30 at Shalimar Elementary School. The class demonstrates the dangers kids and teenagers can face online and what parents can do to protect them.
And number 2, a legal battle over Alabama's congressional districts continues this week. In court in Birmingham, the National Redistricting Foundation will fight to ensure the current map remains in place for the rest of the decade. Marina Jenkins, executive director of the National Redistricting Foundation, said both the U.S. Supreme Court and the District Court have already agreed that a textbook application of Section 2 requires a map with 2 black opportunity districts in Alabama. That includes a new district with both Mobile and Montgomery, a district drawn by the federal court and won by Democrat Shamari figures in November. Republican leaders want new map lines drawn again.
And number 1 for you this morning, a man shot and killed on Friday has been identified. Mobile police say 22-year-old Ty Kendrick Barnett was found in an empty lot on Wiley Street with a gunshot wound. This is an active investigation. If you have any information on what happened, please contact the Mobile Police Department. We are going to move things over to our question of the day, which was from last week, so I kind of did our own little spin on it for us today. It is, what were your thoughts on this year's Super Bowl halftime performance? What did you think, Simone?
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know it's not the cup of tea everyone may have expected, because a lot of people look for the people coming out the skies when it comes to Super Bowl performances. But Kendrick Lamar stood on who he is as a person, as an artist, and I think he presented a nice discussion there. We wouldn't be talking about it today if it wasn't, worthy of talking about.
Right. I think I will agree. One thing I wanted to point out is, so we're coming off of last year where we had someone like Usher, right? And people were skating around the stage and he had all these different, fireworks and he pulled out all the stops, right? But I think Kendrick Lamar is a little bit more, he's a rapper, right? So everything he does isn't going to be so theatrical, right, I guess you would say. And I think from past years, having people like Prince and Michael Jackson,
and Beyonce,
that's what people are expecting is this like huge setup.
Yes.
And I don't think that's what he was trying to get across. I enjoyed it. That's just me. I really liked it, but I also like Kendrick Lamar as a rapper.
Exactly. Yeah,
so for people who don't know who that is or don't know anything about him, I think it was a little off-putting. So I posted this on my Facebook last night just to get people's reaction. Michael says, not the best, but I did like the Negro National Anthem and the entertainment at the beginning of the game. Okay.
Yes.
Miss Reese says, entertaining with plenty of surprises. Nakisha says, loved it. Profound message sent. Robert says, terrible. Denise, horrible. Carl, sad. Okay. So you see people on two different sides of the aisle. Some people said amazing, terrible. So I guess it just depends on your preference. But
Right.
I think people are focused on like, oh, we've had people like Usher and Michael Jackson and Prince. Yeah, these people are performers.
Yeah, and I think if people didn't know who Kendrick Lamar was before the Super Bowl, it may have been hard for them to know what to expect. And like
That's
you
fair.
said, they're kind of basing
That's
their
fair.
Super Bowl halftime experiences
On
on previous
previous,
performers.
absolutely, absolutely. But I commend anyone who can put all this together, get get the dance moves together, invite different artists, perform on a huge stage like the Super Bowl. That's like
Yes.
the most watched thing in the world is the
Right.
Super Bowl. So to put all that together, I commend anybody who can be up there and do their thing.
Yes, and he did it with such breath control. I want to say that.
Oh my goodness. I was like worried for a second. I was like, he might get out of breath.
Yeah, but he did not skip
He
beat
was
him
fine.
or SZA. They did great.
And speaking of the Super Bowl, I wanted to show Simone, our sports director. She was having a good time. I'm going to look up her Facebook so you guys can see. She was loving it. If you don't know, Simone had been in New Orleans all week to cover the Super Bowl. And so she kind of was going behind the scenes on her Facebook page of how things were going. And this was her last
Simone.
night dancing.
Having the time.
Let's
of
see.
her
Can you
life.
guys hear this? Uh-oh.
Can't hear the sound, but that means you should go look at it on her page.
Yes,
so you
she
can hear
look at
the
her
sound.
dancing. She was enjoying it. Go Simone.
Yes. Hey, I love this for her.
That would have been me. That would have been me in the stands, loving it.
Yes.
She has been killing it all week. She's been going live for all of the networks, especially CBS, which is our affiliate. And she's been doing a great job. We're really
congrats
proud of
to
her.
her.
She's done a lot of behind the scenes. While we're on her Facebook, let's see what else. I know she's been posting videos all along. This is her at the game last night. Once again, enjoying it.
What a nice view as well.
I know. Look at all these people.
Man, I know New Orleans is still feeling the rush. You know, people are leaving from their hotels this morning and getting on their flights or however they came into the city.
Uh-oh, there's T Swift.
Yes, and Ice Spice. I know I almost didn't recognize her yesterday, but there she is. They're celebrity besties.
Somebody commented, Brad said in the chat, I love that he was there and represented. And not my favorite team, but the man is, not my favorite stuff, excuse me, but the man is talented. I'm grateful he was there. Not Like Us is a banger. Maybe the people that haven't heard of him can learn something, or people that say they can't understand him. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
I
that's
can
a great
agree with
way to
that,
look at
Brad.
it.
I like it.
Exactly. I love when artists bring a conversation to the table.
Right.
And that's who Kendrick Lamar is through and through.
The
He's a conversation
visuals
starter.
were awesome. We had Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam.
Oh, yes.
Okay. We had the dancers coming out of the car, or they looked like they were coming out of the car in the beginning. I was living for
Yes.
that. We had SZA on stage, which we had Serena Williams out there. I mean, this was for the culture. I loved it.
Yes, Serena did her thing. Her 1-2. You know, Serena has made her performances every now and then. She did something with Beyonce a while back. She was in a video. So I don't know if Serena wants to come out with an album, but
From
I might listen.
professional tennis player to performer, we love it, Serena. I was living for it. I was standing in front of my TV just dancing.
Me too.
Just dancing. I had a good time.
Same.
Well, we certainly want to thank you all for joining us this morning for News 5 Now. If you'd like to chime in on the question or poll of the day, all you have to do is head over to our Facebook page. Just type in WKRG if you haven't already. Make sure you are liking and subscribing to our page, sharing our content, and then, of course, commenting so we can share it here on News 5 Now.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much. We hope you have a great day. I believe Devin Walsh is back on the 9 o'clock show, so you can tune in and watch her and Simone and Grant with your news, traffic, and weather updates. Y'all have a great day.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.